you address all from the gross motor to the fine motor skills of every individual learner, and that is how you connect from education, teacher education, to the IT, and that is nag-multi. Actually, abot na po dito sa science, abot na po dito sa health related, i-connect yung,
So,
abot na po dito sa
multidisciplinary.
multidisciplinary approach so that all learners will really learn with the different settings of their learning styles and all other strategies of the educational institution.
Si Jojo, siguro ito po pangutanon si Ma'am Lizelle. Ma'am Lizelle, sa iyong experience, unsa pay, what remains to be done, especially sa inyong department, being the supervising specialist?
Okay, I think there would be a continued revisions on the PSGs just to prepare
What is PSG, ma'am?
policy standards and guidelines for the different disciplines in relation to the we will be accommodating the cutting of the general education from 63 to 36. So basically, the PSGs will be revised according to we will be receiving the K-12. And then I think last year, later November, December, we already have the different orientation to OBE curricula, and then starting by, we also have started last year, and then the target will be in 2016, there will be issuance of new PSGs that will be adopted by all disciplines.
But can those in a tertiary level education be able to take a view of this earlier? So teachers can also prepare. Kaya lisod man nga, pag 2016, iyan na sila makakita.
Actually, we started it last year. We have consultations. We were in the outputs from the industry, and the academy will be put into consideration to develop more a globally competitive policy standards and guidelines.
Okay, thank you. Another question, yes, Benji from Brigada.
Okay, thank you. Mayong hapon. Ako po talaga Dr. Jojo Alquillo. Sir, kaning dugid-dugid nga mga problema ha. Gani isa ako nagtungha pa ko sa kolehiyo sa Butuan, kaya nagabutuan man ko. Ang mga universidad o gani mga colleges, ang ilang kasagaran nga ginagawa nga, kada itong pagwas kali kapag mabutan June, TFI, no tuition fee increase, no? Murag mo ni concern sa chan. But ang concern sa mga eskulahan kay ilang pa siya tabi no TFI, but dito nila ihapak sa mga magtungha og first year high school score katong sa entrance fee. So far, doon naman tayo monitor karon sa mga universidad sa Sugbo o mga colleges nga they are kuan nga po sila og increase nga dito lagi paagi sa mga first year students.
Okay, let's now clear that issue. Actually, Chad, we do conducted a meeting with all those tuition fee coordinators in higher education institutions to address that particular issue because when we do computed, we do review with that kind of approach or strategy by the HEI that they don't have the increase to the old students but they put some increase to the incoming freshman students. There are somewhat 15% that they're not following what is the inflationary rate, the inflation rate. So there are HEIs that they're following that it's normal as far as economics is concerned that there is an inflation rate. So they're following that inflation, no problem to that effect. But there are some that's more than the inflation rate. So that's why we do remind the schools that please follow because as far as that, kung baga, ano na to sa baligya, sa mga goods, Price Stabilization Council, may go mo because when you do increase, you should have to follow with the inflation rate. No problem with that because you know almost every day the goods are increasing, and these faculty members really are consumers, or we are all prosumers, producers and consumers, a combination of producer and prosumers like that. So therefore, we do understand to that effect, but with that 15% of the HEIs na na-observe na mo, yung ana ilang practice, they are already correcting that way. But this internationalization, K-12, blah blah blah, there will be another because these HEIs who are maintaining the standards, and also how could you attract the foreign students because there will be mobility, di ba? According to the AQRF, PQF natin, ASEAN Qualification Reference Framework, no, MRA, I made it a formula of the MRA, mutual recognition arrangement is equals, recognition is equals your degree fitness, your exposure, and your certification is equals your mobility to any other country, one country to another. So how could you be mobilized to one country to another if you are not a holder of that certification of the ASEAN engineer, blah blah blah. So therefore, the schools will do have additional investment. So where they will get that particular budget. That is why ingon ako sa ubang mga parents nga nag-interview sa chat, ngayon nga, sa ito pa kami mga pobre sa di, dagyan may mga pa-eskwela ko na may mga gobyerno eskwela because sa kitodyo nga itong track, daghan man, technical vocational track, kanang STEM before STEAM naman aron, science, technology, engineering, agriculture, and mathematics. So, sa agriculture na, so therefore, you can choose some courses that are barato. That is why, when I go to HCIs, mag-lecture ko dito, ibitahan ko nila, I always emphasize that schools should have the curriculum costing. What I mean of curriculum costing, ang whole curriculum from first year to fourth year, pilay gastuhon sa bata. Kung ang bata mo enroll English 1, unsay activity sa estudyante sa English 1, naabadihay magkuan sila parehaani nga magatubang sa media sila pila nilang gastuhon etc. That is curriculum costing because when I managed a school, that's what I did and it was effective because before the parent and the student enroll into that curriculum on that degree nahibaw na sila pila nilang gastuhon, appeal na dito graduation fee blah blah blah, gikuan na kog inflation rate, so the parent are ready. Sige day double time taan ni papaha kay maudi ay ang gasto ni abutan nga year level ang na ang gasto sa atong anak. Every the student know unsa ang iyang buluhaton anak. And that is very effective and that is information guide to the parent and the students who will be enrolling. And that's why I told to this affected with the high tuition fee, especially sa mga high level nga eskwelahan, you can choose na local college na isok nga amo naman po doon isok sa leveling ang gobyerno nga eskwelahan. So you can choose na asa ang ma-afford ninyo. And you can choose also to the kind of degree wherein fitted sa imong competency na barato po. Para tailored fit according to economic well-being and according to your mental capability. Because all the designs of the programs are there. Name it and you'll have it and it's just like a sari-sari store. And that is why ang Kito 12 formerly, when it was started, there were two standards. The first standard is what we call the ARS. Second is the CRS. When you talk about ERS, Employment Readiness Standards. Okay, that's wherein the INSI 1, INSI 2, and INSI 3 is being embedded. Nga ma-INSI holder ka na diha, mag-test na ka, you will be employable because that will be answering to the first paragraph of Republic Act 105-33, the Kito 12 Act. The first paragraph stated that as early as the raw age of 16 or 17, the Filipino youth will be employable, contributing to the economic development of the nation. How could you be contributing to the economic development of the nation if you are not employing, you are not working? So at the age of 16 and 17, you are holder of INSI 1, INSI 2, INSI 3, you'll be employable to the industry. And that is in the ARS standards, Employment Readiness Standard. Nag-eskwela, nagtrabaho. Then, for promotion, so, experience na ang bata, nga INSI 1 holder, INSI 2, INSI 3, forward na siya dito sa CRS College Readiness Standards. You will choose asa ka effective, asa ka nga maayo. According to your work environment, according to your workplace, according to your mental capability, according to your competency. Unsa gyud ako, engineer ba ko? Scientist ba ko? Medical practitioner ba ko? And that is the determining point wherein while you are still working, akong sweldo, okay ba ni mabuhi na ko without anymore involving my parent because we are 10 siblings in the family, so I should be self-supporting. That is the case.
Thank you so much, Sir John. Ma'am Nes, anak ko nimo, in relation to this internationalization or globalization of education, especially sa research, open ba ang university to link up with a university abroad, researchers from another university somewhere else na magtabang research panunitan bahin sa Santo Niño? bahin sa Sinulog, or maybe bahin sa Santo Papa and his impact on the Filipino psyche?
Yes, actually, we through the conferences that we attend, no, that our faculty are also attending, they are able to come up with partnerships with other professors from other universities who are interested in doing researches here in the Philippines. So, in the past, like for example, the study that I did on the BPO industry, there was one researcher from Harvard University who came over because she was also doing a study on linguistics. So maybe it was something different from the study that our faculty did, but there's a connection because the study wanted to find out how the Philippines is faring compared with other BPO providers, no, sa kuan. Sa
global scale, no?
Yeah, sa global scale. So with this we are open to linkages with research collaboration with other universities because there are actually advantages to that, no? So in fact, itong gi-attend nimo, Bert, no, di ba? Ni-attend ka dito sa
Actually, I'm one of the faculty members who sent sa US. And I had my one. I went to Stanford and then sa Tennessee State University and University of the Pacific. So,
they are open to
they're open
have
for linkages.
exchanges also with our faculty. So, i-work out pa lang na as of now, no? Kay kanang mo lang gina, we just started with it. So, we are hoping that we can also learn from what they are doing through
If
these
if
collaborations.
we're open for international or universities abroad and other researchers maybe coming from other organizations there, what about here locally? Open ba ta? Can the research center accommodate some people from like the Philippines who would like to link up with us for research?
Yes, for other universities to also be with us. Before, in the past, we already had projects, no, together with CNU, together with USC, with Holy Name University in Bohol. We already had previous projects, no, in research. So right now, the more we are really encouraging them to come, and we are also inviting other professors from other universities to send their journal articles or their research outputs so that it can be published in the journal, no? Because this is actually the avenue where the faculty can disseminate the results of their research outputs.
Okay, can you show that to the viewers, please? Journals, USJ-R. Ma'am, that's the research, the
This is the research journal.
Ikuan sa camera,
Kani-
I-position para
Kani
makita taon sa
ang-
viewers.
the journal that has been accredited category A. And this one was the first one that we
Na si Benji,
submitted.
nag-shoot pa. Ipakita pa lang ni Benji, oh. Kung
So,
sa camera, sige
O
ma'am.
kani mo ni ang journal, no, which has been accredited by CHED, no, category A. So like if you publish in our journal, your publication is considered international standards, no, because it has anything that can be published here has been endorsed by our editorial board, which is also composed of professors from other universities. Like for example, we have yes, sir.
Here and abroad.
Yeah, here authors from the Philippines, experts, no, from other universities in the different fields, and also from universities outside of the country. So we have, for example, in our health studies, we have professors from other universities here in Cebu and other parts of the Philippines who are reviewing our papers, and it is going to be endorsed to our associate editor in the field of health and sciences, who is a doctor of medicine from St. George University in West Indies. Dr. Letty Kwan is coming from the Philippines, but she's also an expert in the field. In literature and history and philosophy, we have Dr. Kawasaki from the Kochi University of Japan. In the field of business and economics, we have Dr. Blackwell, Dr. Bando, and Dr. Haisler of the Troy University in Alabama. We have Dr. Alejandro Tongco from the Oklahoma State University, who reviews and endorses our papers for publication in the field of mathematics and engineering.
Okay, I think si Naomi has a question. Yes, Naomi.
Yes, it's very good na makadungog mo na output na sa iyong journal. So, I'd like to ask estimate na pila ka buka nag-participate ng mga tao na journal.
Pag-prepare or pag-sustain?
In
In the preparation.
Contributors,
The authors.
authors.
Actually, as of the last, like our faculty, kung ginansiya ako ganina na, we now have 62 out of 188 faculty members in the university who are involved. Yes, who have contributed to the publication. And we have also invited, we have other professors from other universities all over the Philippines who also have contributed to the
The journal,
to the
no?
journal articles here.
Because that is a CHED requirement as well.
Yes, it is. No,
Na
for
dapat,
our
di lang kay exclusive.
dili exclusive lang
Oo.
sa faculty sa university. It's a requirement that 40% of the articles which are published in the journal are coming from external contributors.
So, ang libro bang libro ito? Edition.
Ang
Ang number of copies na release.
so far, ang among pang gikuan for circulation is only 750.
Yes.
Sample amo.
Yes.
Okay.
We will give
Yes, Naomi, yes.
Sa CHED, sir, nasa data, sir, an update of the numbers of teachers na natangtang na dyan sa ilang work sa mga colleges and universities because of the K-12. You have that idea or that
Okay.
data or how
Good.
many...
Good question. But we have the what we so called the K-12 effect implementation survey. We already have distributed the different schools to submit. But as of this present time, we don't have yet the record. Maybe the DOLI, because when you talk about employer-employer relationships, it's the DOLI.
Especially sa
So
private
yes,
schools.
private schools.
Do you have the estimate of this time?
Actually, wala pa yung nagsubmit na school because they are still in the intervention. Though majority of the record was the retirement. But it's not it's not illegal man, kaya retirement man. There was one gani ang classmate na ko there sa doctoral. Naingon niya, Jo, taas naman ka akong memory gap, di na ko kaya mag-eskwela pa, nga ma-board passer ko sa lit, may kaka-elite passer man ka. So, nag-open lang kong early retirement.
So,
That is
sir, the schools also can ask assistance from the CHED on how to deal with that problems like sa teachers and school relation.
Yes, of course, because every now and then,